All right, everyone, let's get started with pre-match press conference here today. Will Polashek, let's start with you. Just a reminder, if you've got a question, use the raise your hand feature and we'll work around you. Thanks.
Afternoon, Christian. How are you?
Afternoon, Will. I'm fine, thank you.
Is there any change that you've been able to surmise in availability from anybody who wasn't available other than the obvious? I know you'll get Yera and Bill back, but everybody else somewhat no change in health in terms of that?
No, everybody's available. We welcome back Yere and Bill, so we have a full squad available.
What have you been able to assess about Yera from Finland? I know that he got some action in there on the game at the end of the week last week and also a little bit at the end on Tuesday.
No, he started in the first game they played against Slovenia, which was a different game, a difficult game for them. And then he came on only for the very last few minutes against Kazakhstan. He played in a different position from the way he played with us. It's a different system. So it was important to have him back for a couple of days to get accustomed again to our style.
What were you feeling like the mood and mentality of the players was after that contest on Wednesday night?
I hope good. And the fact that they felt disappointed for me is a good sign. You don't go to Miami to play against a quality team and come out disappointed if you have not played a good game. So with all our imperfection, with all our limitation, I think that the boys play with a lot of courage, with a lot of heart, and I like that to be highlighted. I will highlight it to put a positive on the performance that otherwise can be overshadowed by the fact that we conceded late in the game, and there is a lot of work that the boys did.
And lastly, from me, there have been a lot of coaches who have been very pointed about saying the length of the season is such to where a lot is asked of these players. And I think you've played 41 total competitions now, which is, again, a big load on these guys. Are you feeling like that there's too much asked of these players in terms of the way that the rosters are built in MLS?
I think it's a very difficult league from a geographical point of view, but there is very little we can do about that, with a lot of traveling and the fact that we also had to travel extensively during the summer period, especially when we went to Texas. I think that moment was quite hard and tiring, but I think these are professional players that get accustomed to that. And it's true that sometimes it's tangible, the mental tiredness and the physical tiredness, but it's also what makes them strong and in some way can improve them to manage well the body and the mind.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Will. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Will. Carol.
Hey, Christian, how are you?
Hey, Carol, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. One thing during the game the other night, the announcers mentioned what I wanted to ask about was the game in Miami during Leagues Cup and what you took from that game and kind of wanted to change, maybe get more aggressive in your mentality or the team's mentality.
In Miami?
Mm-hmm.
You say what I would change in order for us to be even more aggressive in that game?
No, like what you took from that game.
Yeah. I think that I took that we are still work in progress. We are on the right path, but we are still there are still a number of details that we need to get right, because a team like them can expose weaknesses in the system at any point, whatever system you play, because of the quality, the technical quality and the tactical quality that this team have. In my opinion, pound by pound is the best squad in the league. And therefore, what I take from that is that because of that, I think that the way we played, even if it's far from being perfect, it still caused us to come away from the stadium with a draw, feeling like we were disappointed.
I actually meant the game in Miami that you lost 4-0. That one. I know y'all were fatigued. It wasn't, but it seemed like
the game was fatigue. It was a game in which we were not as aggressive as we played last game. We tried to be more covering and to not allow Messi a lot of time and space, which in fairness he didn't have, but the result went very heavily against us. And so, despite, again, I repeat, all the imperfection of the last game, and you can say that Messi didn't play through, but also played guys like Farias, which is also an international, Abiles, which is another international, and so forth. So they have many Gregor, which come back, that for me is one of the best midfielders in the league. I think that we have improved since that game, since the game in the Leagues Cup that we lost.
And one last one. The atmosphere tomorrow is going to be pretty unusual, I'm guessing. You know, people there appreciating Messi and pulling for Charlotte FC. What do you expect? Do you understand that some feelings are mixed?
We already went through that when we played Chelsea. I know it was a different game, where we had many people at the stadium cheering Pulisic. So, which was right for a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of American supporters, that they like one of the best players in the national team. And I know Messi probably is on a different scale in terms of stardom, but I remember that Pulisic had a lot of followers in that game. I mean, I think that every team that plays against Messi is gonna have that. We need to be focused on our supporters, and we want to do well for them. And we will accept and respect people that they cheer Messi because of what he achieved in his career and the quality of the player that he is. But we have to be focused on us, our game, our supporters.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Jorge.
Hey, Christian, how are you today?
Hey, Jorge. Good, thank you.
You've spoken in the past that maybe sometimes the players are a little bit too anxious playing at home and maybe trying to please the crowd. Maybe what kind of conversations have you had heading into this game with so much meaning that you could make the playoffs, over 60,000 people will be there, Messi? Maybe what kind of conversations have you had with the players about that?
Not much conversation, Jorge. The most important thing for us is to be focused on the football game. To be clear about, we are improving our mentality. We have to improve our togetherness and to be football clear about what we want to do when we play the game. So I think when you are clear, when you focus clearly about what your role or responsibility in the team during the game, I think a lot of anxiety can come out because your energy is focused in doing what you're supposed to do. So, we can talk as much as we want, but the most important thing is that to give clear idea, clear messages on the football side to the boys, so that when they go out, they are ready to play the best possible game that we can, and to make our supporters happy in that way.
And then last one for me, Swiderski came back, played some minutes. Just what do you assess of him, and can we expect him to start from the get-go this weekend?
Yeah, Carroll came as having played a full game in the last one against Moldova. So, as I said to your colleagues, I thought he played really well, one of the best games I've seen him playing for Poland. but obviously that took a toll because I was talking with him about his traveling schedule, which was very taxing. Didn't sleep well, he didn't sleep a lot, going from Faroe Island to Warsaw and to different places. So I didn't think he was ready to start. He was very tired. He came on, he had a couple of chances, and I hoped that because part of winning the game is also that it's not just looking at the defense when we concede, because we also have chances to close the game. So the two things go hand in hand. And this is also something that we discuss as a group together. We have to be in this together. But yeah, I mean, Carol is an important player for us, and he is in the frame to start the game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Sam Spencer.
Hey, Coach, how are you doing?
Hey, Sam. Fine, thank you.
So I wanted to ask a broader question about Miami. Just Miami has been a source of a lot of pain for the organization, both the team and the location. Is there anything personal that you take or that the team is taking into this match on Saturday?
Personal against Miami?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I don't have anything personal against Miami, against the franchise. It's just another team that will make it more difficult to qualify for playoff because of the quality that they bring into the league. And if anything, I think that by bringing not just the obvious ones, the Messi, the Busquets, and the Alba, but also the young players in Aviles, in Gomez, in Farias, I think that they are pushing the league to invest more in players and to bring the quality higher. Then after, what happens in the front office and all the things you are probably referring to, I am not that familiar with that. I only see from a football side, and so I think it's a big challenge every time to play against them, and it will be more and more going forward.
So on Wednesday, when I was at the match, we saw a lot of the circus. Beckham, Messi, I believe Abramovich was there. Do you think we're going to have more of a festive atmosphere in Charlotte? And do you see that as a distraction anyway?
Well, I don't know that. I think that there will be a lot of people at the stadium, which is always good to see. We hope to have everybody behind us. But I know that a lot of people, they will come to see Messi, and that's understandable and totally fine and acceptable. We have to we are really focused on the game, Sam. I can tell you that all the things, all the distractions are, they are not in our radar at the moment. We only want to be focused on the game and to give our supporters the best game that we can.
And finally, from me, obviously with the draw on Wednesday, the team no longer controls its own destiny. The Red Bull, Montreal, etc. results are very important. But I wanted to know what you can tell the fans and our readers how Charlotte FC can win this game on tomorrow and do everything that you need to do for the other pieces to fall in place.
Yeah, exactly, Sam. It's very easy to answer this question because we are really focused on our game. What we can control, we will. What we can't, we can't. So there's no even point to talk about or even worry about that. Can't control all the results. We can only control our game and our knowing that we will face a very strong team with top quality players, and we need to focus on our game, on our game plan, and to play the strongest game that we can. That's the only thing that at the moment is in our mind, nothing more than that.
Sorry. So to clarify, I just fundamentally, why can and why will Charlotte win tomorrow?
Again, nobody can say we will. Which this would be an unbelievable act of arrogance. You play a game, and you have to give your best chance to win the game. This is the only thing we can promise, that we are going to give the best. But I don't think that there is any coach in the world that can promise to win a game. So I don't know where you're leading me with this question. I really don't understand.
No.
Our supporters, they have to be confident with the fact that the boys are working really hard, really well, and they have in mind to give them the best gift. We want to go as far as possible. We want to go to the playoff, of course. But I cannot say that we will win. That in my book, that would be an act of arrogance. That because in my book, if you make a promise that you cannot keep, is not good.
Take the word will out of it. I just want to know why you think the team can get the winning result tomorrow.
The way we played in the last game can show that play away from home, play in their own pitch. We gave them a strong game. We were aggressive with the ball. We were aggressive against them without the ball. We are far from being perfect. It's work in progress. And for example, I just want to say something that last year, in the last game of the season, we were out of everything. So our last game in New York, we wanted to honor, but we were not in the frame to be in the playoff. In this year, in the last game, we are still in the frame to be there. I think this is progress, and for a young team, for a young club that is just formed. And that's why I'm very passionate to defend the boys by showing what also they do, with how much courage, how much heart, and how much effort they put in every game to play, not just for the result, but to play good football. So to play a meaning that leads to an end. This, for me, sometimes it doesn't get recognized. Not that I'm worried about to be recognized my work, but the effort that the boys put onto the pitch. And that's why I got passionate by defending the fact that there is that element that has to be taken into consideration to see a progress, and not just, the fact that we conceded. Okay, yes, we conceded late. We could have conceded early as well, which many teams did since Miami change during the summer transfer market. So, okay, to concede late, at least, we didn't, we came away with a point, which I don't think is to be thrown away when you play away from home, especially in that pitch.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay, final ones with Mike Solarte.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Christian.
Good afternoon, Mike.
Good to see you again, sir. You've talked extensively about your passion for the way that the team plays and the effort that they've given. Is there one defining characteristic of this team that you are most proud of and what they've done in this entire year?
Yeah. When you see them playing, I think we play away from home with a lot of spirit, with a lot of courage, because it's not easy to go and to press high a team, for example, like Miami, full of quality players, also at the back, because Miller is very good with the ball, Aviles is very good with the ball, and so are the fullbacks. And so, let alone the midfielders that they have 6 quality midfielders that I don't think anybody in the league has that kind of richness in ability in midfield. But so it takes courage, because I believe that it's true you take some risks, but it's also true that if you let them play and if you let them dictate the game, we were on the receiving end of a result that for me maybe was a little bit excessive, but nevertheless, it was a 4-0. And so by trying to be more compact in the middle and not to open space, but in the end, you leave them the initiative. They can punish you at any moment. But the way we are playing at the moment, the way the boys are attacking the opposition, are trying to deny in space and time, that made me proud, a home or away. And I think we have been very unlucky with the results to concede late goals in strange fashion sometimes, you know. And I'm just going from the LAFC game onwards, where I think, so the post-Miami, the post-first Miami game in Miami, in the League Cup. So I thought that there was a shift where the boys played with a lot of courage in a very, very difficult schedule. And we probably had one of our best run in the most difficult schedule that anyone could have, at least in the East, to go away in Nashville, to go away in Cincinnati, to play against Philadelphia, to play against Miami twice, this Miami, not the Miami of the beginning of the season. And so, and then going to Chicago in a moment that they beat also, for example, Miami, and beat all the teams coming from 2 wins in a row. So it wasn't the easiest of the runs. So I think that I want our boys also to be recognized for the great work that they have been, for the great effort and courage that they've been shown, making, in my opinion, our supporters proud that wherever we go, we are not, you know, the sacrificial lamb, but we are a team that creates problems to many teams.
Kind of dovetailing off of what Sam was asking you, I know you said you control only the controllables, the things that you guys can control.
Yeah.
But based on what is at stake, you need a win, you need some help to get into the playoffs. Do you guys approach this game with Miami in terms of, you know, just focusing on them? But are there
On
nerves?
us. On us, more
on you,
importantly.
right? On
And
you.
obviously on Miami, but on us important, because I believe that yeah, it is an important game. There is a lot at stake, I understand, but also, in my opinion, my job is also to look at the bigger picture. So this is not the start all and the end all of Charlotte FC. It's an opportunity. We would want to take it. We want to go as far as possible. I can promise you that. But at the same time, I don't think it would be the end of the world. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, given the progress that this team, in my opinion, is making. You know, for me, it would be a mistake if we only focus on the result that we cannot guarantee. Nobody can guarantee a result of a football game for many different parameters that we don't even think. There are many that we can think and we cannot control, but there are also many that we can't even think. And so to guarantee a result is impossible. If we focus on the result, it means we focus on something that we cannot control. We need to focus on the process that can give us the best chance to get a result. We are developing mentality here as well. All together, you included, in my opinion. You are part of that. You know, the people that they follow Charlotte, the journalists, they have a big role to play, in my opinion, in developing the mentality. And I am passionate about that, because if you want to build something that is lasting, that is strong, we have to build it together. I know that your job will be also at times to unpick the coach and to, you know, when you sense that there are difficulties to try to get, but I don't particularly, as I told you, I don't follow the social media. I don't care about that. I care about the things that for me are important, that is to give this football club a strong base in terms of mentality, in terms of playing style, in terms of, you know, development in many areas. Until I've been given the chance. Then after, if I'm not given the chance, fine, but at least I can be in peace with my conscience.
That being said, you talked about the mentality. What is the mentality of your team going into Saturday night in terms of, are there nerves? Is it aggression? I mean, Where do you think the headspace is for your club? I mean, I know that just for this one.
If you stay online, I'll call them one by one, and you can ask. The mentality, there is always an element of, you need to have an element of nerves, because this is the fuel of passion. This is the fuel of, and everybody will live it differently. But I can guarantee you that everybody is really focused on giving the best. My thoughts personally are also for the guys that will not make the squad, because we have 21 outfield players fit, and I need to take the decision of selecting 18 plus the goalkeepers. So for the outfield players and the goalkeeper that doesn't get selected, my thought, honestly, is with them at this moment in time, because it's an important game. Everybody contributed in the training during the season, and to be out, it hurts. And this is what make me, that is catching my thinking at the moment. But then after, obviously, I know I have to take the decision. We move on, and the focus is on giving our best against Miami, knowing that we can play a game against them, and we have the potential to win against everybody, in my opinion. But knowing that it's a work in progress, that we need to be true to our identity and be true to our values, that I don't want to deflect from those.
Well, Christian, I went through, and this is our list of movie questions that we went through the whole season. It's a pretty impressive list. And at the bottom is today's movie question. In honor of his recent announcement of his retirement.
Hopefully, it's not the last one of the season. Huh?
Oh no, the last one of the regular season. Last one of the regular season. In honor of his recent announcement of his retirement, I need to know the best Michael Caine film that you've seen.
Oof. This is what we want to do tomorrow, no? The Italian Job. This is, yeah, that one, because also is very English in his way, and I watched it when I was in England, and he has a special taste there as well. But yeah, I would say that it's kind of serving an assist. Thank you, Mike. I hope our wingers can be like you tomorrow.
Well, I think the game, but I couldn't execute. I'm just saying. I can think the game. I just can't do it. Thank you, Christian. Good luck to you this weekend.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hey, Will, I'm going to hang on because Christian said he wanted me to hang on. Oh, no. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.